All right, so we're going to talk about our email marketing. Um, First of all, I know that everybody knows what email is, right? We've got to put these slides, but it's like, obviously 94% are on email. We know that, and these guys are obviously, who doesn't have email these this day and age? So, one of the things that we found that 77% of consumers um, prefer to get marketing or permission-based marketing through email. Through, obviously, who wants to get phone calls and mail these days? Email is definitely number one. The other metric that we're finding, of course, is that email marketing pays off. It's relatively cheap, and then the returns are very great. Obviously, they're saying for every dollar, there's $40 that comes back, and that's better than just even SEO, which is for every dollar you should be getting back $22 on organic SEO. So, obviously, if you're not using email marketing in your own company, you need to start. So, a couple of things that that are very important to your email campaign is number one, of course, you need to be relevant, which is really great because your message can always be tailored. Even when we get into how we automate the emails, reviewing your email strings in your drip campaigns on a regular basis to keep them up with the news and what's happening is very, very easy. Obviously, being conversational, not talking like a robot, but actually engaging your client like you're talking to your friend. Also, it gives you the opportunity to really build the trust and your own authority as an expert in your specific skill set with your customers. Then we also want to talk about segmentation and targeting. This is very important. A lot of people ignore this, but if you're good at email marketing, by segmenting out your customers, and you can apply different messages that will get you a better response. So, can I get a quick, uh, just a quick shout out from me, from the, give me a comment. Who is using email marketing right now? If you could just throw that in there, a yes or a no, so I can see what's happening. Okay, it's kind of a mixed bag here. Okay, okay. I've got some yes, I've got some no's, I've got some I want to. Um, okay, great. All right. There's scared to do it with spam laws. Remember, everything that we do with this, with what we're going to discuss right now, is not spam. This is all going to be permission-based email marketing for your own company. Okay. All right. Great. Okay. So staying relevant. This is very important because what we're going to do is once you get an email lead, you're going to be able to send them emails based on what's happening in the industry now. So one of the things that is a way to stay relevant, especially with your own business, is to make sure that you're subscribed to some great feeds like Search Engine Land, and some of the other many websites that are out there, Moz, things like that, where you can stay on top of what's happening latest in the industry and putting that out. And you don't have to take that article and just send it out. What's best is just take some of that information, apply it to what your customers, how it affects your customers, and how you can help if it's either a negative or a positive. And that really keeps you consistently relevant. Um, you know, Being conversational is key. Having a human touch. This is what's very, very important. If you address this email and the way your style of writing is to make sure that you're talking to your friend, right? I mean, this is a potential customer or your current customer. They signed up with your email because, and so this is something where you want to build this relationship. One of a great email I don't know if you call him a guru or anything like that. He was a master of you when you're writing an email. It's kind of toward the end. It's always leading to, hey, I'll catch you on the next email, and kind of leaves you hanging. And he was really, really great with that. So what I'll do is I forget the name. It's Andre something. It'll come to me, and I'll remind you. But the it's always important to tell a story, leave them kind of hanging and wanting more, and delivering value, as in, you're specifically trying to show them something. Obviously, when we talk about trust and authority, it's important to put out, news or, things that can help their company. You're not necessarily trying to sell on every single email. Who wants to get that? They're going to just stop reading your emails. So by informing, educating, you're providing the value. Now, one of the things you can always do is, while you're doing this, use examples where you've offered your professional expertise to a client, or you can say, I had a doctor who was not getting the right traffic, and I found out his website didn't have mobile; it wasn't mobile ready, and we did a website, and I helped them that way. Make that you can do it that way, where it's kind of suggestive selling. So you're selling without the quote unquote selling. Um, when we get into the segmentation, um, this is really, really important as you grow your list. Okay, and we're going to dive into this specifically on how this works. But you're talking about, when we talk about smart lists, targeting, different triggers, and also setting up the email sequences. And obviously, we want to use automation to do this. You're not going to have to, bring in get an email, and it goes into a spreadsheet, and you're going to have to individually email these guys. That's a waste of your time. Even if you have 5 people on your email list or 500, you need to be automated. And there's some great techniques and a lot of the free software out there to do this. So, how are you going to get the leads? Okay. Obviously, you want to, if you're, need to have something on your website. You need to have that capture form on your website. If you've got a VIP reseller website with us, you have the ability for this. If you don't, it's okay. I'm sure on your own website, you just need to make sure that you don't just have a contact us page. That's one thing. You need to have subscribe to our newsletter, subscribe to our for more information, anything like that. You can also offer a white paper or an ebook. That seems to be very, very popular these days. Be an author and have your book up there. Through, of course, webinar registrations. They click if you have a webinar where you've put out some advertising, and you're holding a webinar. When they register for the webinar, they're allowing you to email them. Your Facebook page, you should definitely be collecting emails and permission-based off of Facebook. Twitter now has a function you can look into if you want to do some advertising with Twitter. They will collect your lead generation. Having QR codes in your marketing on your website. These are getting more and more popular. I don't know, is anyone using a QR code right now? I know I see them in the States a lot, but I mean, is anyone in our audience using QR codes? Okay, wow, that's more than I actually thought that it would. Even on your business cards. Okay, this is great. All right, great. So obviously, even having having existing subscribers, forwarding or sharing your email. This is important to have the ability that you have that on your website, and also inside the emails, having the ability to share these things. And of course, at trade shows and conferences, if you're going to a trade show, or you're at a conference, or even doing a speaking engagement, you need to make sure that you're collecting emails all the time. Okay. So we're going to talk about engaging and captivating your market. you know, providing, where it says here, providing educational content based on their wants and needs. Well, as marketing professionals, we generally know what each business, or we should know already what particular niches, what are their wants and needs. Obviously, they want more customers, and they want to make more money, right? So if we fulfill those needs at all times, where we're trying to service them at the best of our ability to bring them more business. Actually, you can, write a great emails and talk about how you want to do that. One of the keys to doing this is getting them involved. Every once in a while in your email campaign, having them just say at the bottom, hit reply and let me know what you think about this email. And so it comes back to you. Okay. We have connect at virtualgroup.co, and we send our emails out from that. We use that. A lot of people use a do not reply. They'll send it out and it's a do not reply email address or something like that. We don't do that. We send it out from connect at virtualgroup.co. And whenever you respond to these emails, you actually get, there's probably 4 or 5 people that actually get your response to your comment or your question. And so that's very important to us. And I think that you should definitely follow this method of, asking them for response off your emails. Obviously, keeping them entertained. It doesn't always have to be business. They are, there are our clients, our friends, our potential clients. You need to keep them entertained. Even every once in a while, sending out something funny, surprising them from time to time. The big surprise for us was sending that $100 bill with my face on it. I thought that was really corny, actually, but it actually got a really good, a good response. So, be creative when you're creating these emails. And remember, guys, they don't have to be all created at once. This doesn't have to be a stressful thing. You can create an email if you can decide, okay, I'm going to write something once a week. Whenever you send, and you put it into your campaign, remember, this is this email could go out to your list, but it also can be placed in your drip campaign, where it's going to be used over and over and over again with your new signups. So depending on how you write the email, if it's time-based, then maybe it just goes out to the current list at that time. But if it's not so much time sensitive and it's a great email, you can put it in your drip and use it over and over. So you put a little thought into these emails and you can get a real good return on your time. Now, of course, we talked about getting your lead capture form. Everybody knows, everybody sees these. Sometimes you have to bribe, right? If maybe it's like the white paper, or maybe you have an email course. Maybe it's your top 10 tricks to driving traffic to your client's website. Maybe it's the 2016 tips and tricks for SEO and PPC. Sometimes if you put together a little product, even, not really much product, but like a free white paper, or just something that's informational that you can grab their email address, do it. Put some thought into it, and think about what would you want if they came to your website. It's not all about, I want your pricing, here's my email address. If they come in, establish your authority, put something together, and grab the email address. So when we talk about, it's one thing just to say, okay, we have an autoresponder. But let's talk about basic segmentation and targeting, okay? So if you're not using email, then, this is going to be good for you. If you're using email right now and you're not using segmentation, then pay attention to this, because this is good stuff. Whenever, it's one thing just to have an email, and that's good. It's great to have the data around that email. So when we talk about segmentation, right? When we bring them in, if you'll look in this area where it says create different segments in your list and assign and move email addresses as they progress through the customer journey. So let me explain how that works. On the right here where we say segments, so we have leads. This is a segmentation where it shows these, this lead came in off my SEO page. This lead came in from my home page. This lead, he subscribed on my offer page or the Facebook page. Whatever is applicable to wherever you're putting your contact, the form for the lead capture form. It's important to know, what were they interested in? Were they on the PPC page and they subscribed, or the SEO page or SMO? This is really good whenever your next emails go out to those leads. Obviously, you can put them as prospects if they came in as at a trade show. All these things can be easily done. And then, of course, when they become customers, you can segment the customer lists out into what product they purchased. So if they're an SEO customer, then you've got those tags. If maybe they bought web design from you and they did a project, and that has been tagged. Well, that gives you the ability to, when you go back into the list, maybe you have something that's specific for SEO that you want to offer. Then you know that people who have already bought the SEO, do you want to send it to them? Or would you like to create a package that is only for people that have bought or designed websites with you? Maybe you've got a special that you're going to be able to offer them, or some sort of upgrade to their website. You've already got these tagged, and it's specialized. So, okay. So let's kind of walk through this on the, let's see here. All right. So they've come in. If you want to talk about how we would go through this, is maybe they downloaded your white paper. Okay. You've got a white paper, you've got anything like that. Then you're throwing an offer out to them. Maybe the 10 days has passed and they didn't come back to you. Then this software can automatically send them another email with maybe an offer with a customer testimonial, right? Maybe after that, another email will go out. Maybe this lead clicked and watched a customer testimonial. They passed on the offers. They didn't come in. Now they get a different email with a case study because they've already seen the customer testimonial, right? This is what we talk about with the targeting. So depending on where they came in or what they've seen on your website, you can actually make sure that you're not being repetitious, and you can send them compelling emails with new information that they're going to like. Well, hopefully like it. And of course, if they purchase something, then they're going to get a thank you email, or and then being able to keep them retained and nurturing that relationship. So when we talk about autoresponders, I just want to kind of clarify, what is when you hear this, what is an autoresponder? It's one thing to build your list. So you can build, you obviously have collected these email addresses. They come in on the lead capture. When that comes in, they get in. What's an autoresponder is when it immediately sends them their first email. Okay, everyone should have this at least on their website. And so what it is I sign up, jonathan.kirkland@virtualgroup.co, and immediately I'm going to get something that says, hey, thank you for visiting my website. This is information about my company. Whatever you want to put in there, that is a mandatory 100%. If you're not doing that right now, shame on you. Okay, let's get that fixed. You have to have this on your website because I have a business partner, a former business partner of mine that was in the ticket business, and I went and I looked at his website, and he recently. He does huge business. He got bought out for a couple of $100 million. And I was looking at the website, and I subscribed to his email list. And I never got a response ever. They didn't even have an autoresponder on their on their website. I could not believe it. Let's not fall into that category. So if anybody signs you up, at least have something that goes out to them right away that you recognize that they've signed up, and thank you very much. Okay. Now, step 2 would be a drip email campaign. And this is very simple to do. They're going to come in, they're going to sign on your lead capture form. You're going to tag them as a new lead, or maybe they visited your SEO page, or, like we discussed, you can tag them. They're going to get their first message, which is, from the autoresponder. Hey, thank you for signing up. You're in, right? Now, what's important now is that you have your drip email campaign is set up kind of like this. They sign up to get their welcome email. You wait a day. Then you're going to send them another email, and that email may be tips and tricks regarding the SEO in year 2016, right? Or maybe it's the first email is more about your company. But, that first email goes out. It gets them engaged. And then you wait a few more days. Maybe the third day, they get the next email. Okay? You see where this is going. You're building and building a relationship, especially trying to get them because they're interested. They came to your website. They signed up. You have to get them while they're hot. And so maybe it's the third email, that gets them to respond to you. And maybe they do a consultation. Well, at that point, you can go in and move them out of this drip email sequence and into a customer sequence, right? Otherwise, maybe this drip email is your 7-day course about how to increase, how to get more customers and make more money, right? So this can be anything you want it to be. That it goes out to anybody who's new that signs up with your company. What do you want to put across in these emails is really up to you. But it's all for one thing, to try and get conversions that buy services from you to help them. So that's what a drip email campaign. Does anyone have any questions about how a drip email campaign would work? And actually, can you tell me, is anybody running a drip email campaign right now on their website? I'm seeing some no's. Okay. All right. We got some yeses and some no's. It's kind of mixed. Can you tell me, for those of guys who say, those ladies and gentlemen who do say they're running it right now, approximately how many emails are inside your drip campaign? Would it be 3, 5, 10 emails? Can I get a number from anybody? 5? 5 to 7? Whoa, here's 15. A 40, 32, 5 to 10. Depending on what they signed up for, that's good. So you're doing segmenting. Okay, well, great. So for those of you that have a lot of emails in your drip campaigns, obviously they didn't get there overnight. Am I right? I mean, you guys are actually, you're storing them, you're putting them in, so they're going out, but you didn't try and write those all at the same time, obviously. Right. Okay, good. Good responses on here. I'm glad that you guys, it's a mixed bag. But for those of you who are not doing drip emails, we got to get you started on it. So here's some ways that we can use a drip email. The welcome sequence that we just went through and discussed, that's a mandatory one. If you're not doing that, you have to do it, okay? Number 2, how about this? How about your onboarding sequence, okay? If you put together a really nice little email drip campaign based on they've just signed up, they've bought an SEO package, boom, how about we put them in the onboarding email and their first, thanks for your business. This is what you can expect over the next 30 days. It's going to be hard for you in the next 10 days just to get us all the information you need, but after that, it'll get better, whatever it may be. having those emails that go out that kind of bring them in and let them know what's happening. That could be even 1 or 2 emails, but it's automated. This is what's important. How about we have a client that's been with us, and we put them, they've been onboarded, now they're in their 2nd month of service. We put them on the retention campaign. How about that? Developing an email drip campaign to keep them engaged, right? Letting them know about other products that are complementary to whatever package they're on, if they're an SEO package or anything like that, or maybe they did a web design package. Obviously, you can always do a training course. You could do a training course on how to use email just like this. So, this is something that we want to put out there because we want you guys to be using email. We want you guys to be using email drip campaigns. We want to help you with that. But we want to help you first. And if you're good with it, then how about we want to put together this product so that you can go out and you can advertise yourself as a conversion specialist, and you can help them with the conversions. And step 1 is being able to offer good email marketing. So then, of course, you can also have a re-engage their customer campaign. This is very important. When we have segmented lists. One of the segments that we have are for customers that have not done business with us in the last, maybe they did business, but in 6 months, we haven't heard from them. In 3 months, we haven't heard from them. In a year, we have all of these segmented lists done so that we can attack and re-engage those guys with something new or a special offer or something like that. You need to be also the ability for you to do that is very important. So don't underestimate the power of someone stop their campaign with you, or you haven't heard from them since you built their website, to get them re-engaged. So the 4, this is just, of course, there's a lot of providers out there. Okay, one of the things that we did is we kind of went through and looked at the 4 that we would recommend. There's benchmark email, MailChimp, iContact, and GetResponse. Those are kind of the beginners. I mean, we use we use Infusionsoft. That's right. Totally just went mind blank. But Infusionsoft is expensive, and unless you have a very big list, I would stay away from Infusionsoft. Until you get your list built up. But these 4 are kind of what we're recommending. And so, okay, before I go to that, what kind of, if you've got any questions about this, let's try and open this up real quick. And if you have any questions about what I've discussed, let me look and see what we have here. Okay, trying to open this up. What people are using now? Oh, okay, that's a good question. Let's survey the people who are on the webinar right now. What software are you guys using? If you don't mind throwing that into the question box there. I've got Aweber. Aweber's good. Constant Contact. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of different products out there. ActiveCampaign, GetResponse, MailChimp. GetResponse, iContact, MailChimp. Okay. Benchmark. Okay, great. Yeah, so I see a lot of the names that are on this list, which is good. All right. Nothing. I don't see anything new that I haven't. Office Autopilot. See, I mean, the list can go on. Obviously, you can go through and research it yourself. And we're going to talk about a solution that we have for you to kind of get you started. It's not something that we've done before. We've put this together because we want it for the people that are on the webinar. If you're interested in, getting started with email marketing, with an autoresponder and even a drip campaign. At the end of the webinar, we're going to talk a little bit about that. Then, of course, if you have any questions about email marketing, please feel free to contact us. We'd love to see what you're doing and see what we can help with. We're going to be running some training with the Goldmine, and we're going to talk about that real quick. But one of the things that we want to do with the Goldmine is also, it's all about the sale and how to make sales in regards to when you get somebody and you get their contact. Well, what steps do you take next? That's what a lot of people are asking us. How do you get from contact to sale? Okay, so we're going to be doing a lot of training on that coming up. And so if you've signed up, or if you're a pro member, we are having our Goldmine training starting on January 12th. It's going to run every week. We've got 2 time slots. One is for our partners in Australia and also Europe. And then we have our main time slot for North America. We're going to be discussing how to use Goldmine. We're calling it the Goldmine training, but I'll tell you what it really is. It's really a lot of sales training. We've got some great partners that are going to be helping us with this and what they do, how they use not only the Goldmine, but what do you do next after you've got your leads. I know that some of the partners that we've had on the Meet the Partners segment, they're going to be with us. And so, by the way, we won't have a Meet the Sales Partner episode tonight. I'm sorry. We had somebody, she could not make it tonight, but she is really good with using email automation in her business. And unfortunately, she couldn't make it. She's actually moving her house from the West Coast back to Texas. And so it was a scheduling conflict. But I guarantee you that she will be on one of these dates, January 12th, 19th, or the 26th, or the February 2nd, to talk about exactly what we did today. She will be on. You won't want to miss that. So if you're a pro member, make sure you mark these dates. We'll be sending out reminders to you. And also, if you did register before, we had an open registration that we're going to give Goldmine away for free. Late last year, you're also going to get those emails. You're on the list. Okay, so mark these dates down. We've mentioned them a few times. You will be getting some updates by email, of course. But we look forward to having you on January 12th to start this thing off and kick it off. So next, what we want to do is since we don't have a Meet the Sales Partner for today, we always do our Meet a Member. So I'll tell you a little bit about CJ. He's our marketing director here. He's been in marketing for over 19 years. When it comes to marketing online, there's nothing that this guy doesn't know. Okay, when it came to segmentation and list segmentation, I knew nothing compared to what CJ does. If you have any idea of, like, with our eDasher system, our tagging to what you've purchased, to when you came in, to your activity level is all tagged due to CJ's work. So he knows if you're a female, he knows what you've bought, everything like that. It all comes through, and he is really an expert on this on segmentation. Let's talk about done for you. Okay, you've been patient enough. Everything that we've talked about today. If you don't have some of the simple stuff hooked up on your website, no matter what, if you have a VIP website or you don't, what we want to do is offer you a quick solution. Let me make sure that this. Hold on one second. I want them to put the Judy, put the link up, if you will, the bit.ly link into the box. Let me go out of here. I'm going to show you what happens when you click on this bit.ly link. Let's see here. Okay, So when you click on the bit.ly link, you're going to come to this website or this landing page. Okay. We're only going to be doing. We've never done this before, for clients yet. But what we've had a lot of inquiries about it, and we feel that everyone should have this. So one of the things we're going to do is we're only going to accept 100 people on this one, and it's only going to be available during the webinar. Okay, we're not looking to open this up to the masses. You're on the webinar. We want you to be able to have first shot at this. We feel that we've made it very engaging for you. So what we have is basic email automation setup for you. If you don't have a lead capture on your website, we're going to do that for you. We're going to set up your autoresponder with some templates up there, and also you're going to get your first welcome message done for you. Okay, so we'll do the code, we'll put it on your website. You don't have to do anything, and we'll set up a welcome message for you that you can edit. And we're charging $79 to do that. Okay, and we're guaranteeing that will be done within 10 business days of your order. Plan number 2, which I think is the greatest value, is we're going to set it up for you on your site. We're going to give you the welcome email, but then we're also going to give you a drip email campaign setup with 5 email follow-ups. But anyway, back to this offer. This one is $159, and it includes all the setup plus 5 pages of emails written for you. And between, and they're going to be written by our staff, and CJ has a lot of input in this, and I wish he was on the line because he's going to put together some really great stuff for us. Basically what that is someone signs up on your website right now. Maybe it's going to a spreadsheet. Maybe it's just being emailed to you that somebody signed up. This way you'll have your autoresponder with your welcome message. And then you can take it from there for the $79 one. And then you can obviously build your own drip campaign. The second offer is the one for $159. That's going to get you the lead capture page with the integrated software. It's going to put in your first autoresponder, and then after that, we're going to have the 5 different emails that will go out. We're going to be able to put those automatically we'll load it completely into the software where it's already pre-done, and then hand over all the credentials to you. Now you can go in, and of course, you can just kind of change it up or customize it the way you want, but we're going to do 99% of the work for you, okay? And for $159 to have that, I don't know, if it takes you an hour or 2 or 3 hours to write these emails, on each email, we're going to really concentrate to make sure these are, we want highly converting emails for you. So, you can spend the time yourself, or for $159, I think it's a steal at that price. Now, if also remember, we're only going to take orders basically for the webinar attendees. That's it. And once we hit 100, we're not going to do any more because we want to make sure that we have these out to you in the next 10 business days to start off the new year. So if you're not doing email, at least do something. Do it yourself. We've already given you all the instructions on how to do it, and even the companies that we suggest you use. Be sure and take action. Okay, we'll help you, but do something. Now, obviously, if you don't have a website yet and you're interested in a partner website, we do have partner websites right now at $449. You can talk to your account manager. They'll be able to help you out with that. The web design team can answer any of your questions. Rob and Roy, they'd be glad to help you out if you need a partner website. And you know what I'm going to do right now for anyone who orders on the partner website right now. Let's see here. If you order if you need a partner website and it's $449, and you sign up just go ahead and, if you do that, sign up for the partner website. I'll throw in the plan 1, the $79 one at no charge. Okay. If you need the plan 2, I'm going to have to charge you on that one because the content, those emails that's definitely worth that. But if you do order just the partner website today, I'm going to go ahead and throw in the $79 plan one for the basic email marketing. All right. So, that's where we stand right there. So it's just do something. Even if you don't buy it from us, do something to set this up. Just do it this weekend. Okay, take action on this webinar that we're having right now and just decide, hey, this weekend, I'm going to go figure out how to do this, or write an email, or do, figure out something to make sure that you have this on your website. If they come in and you don't have something, that's number one error. Not just to contact us. That doesn't really work. You got to get them and have them opt in to your marketing plan. So, anybody out there have any comments? I just want to get some comments on the. Let's see here. Oh, okay. Here's a good question. If you sign up for this, is it possible later on to migrate your emails to a different email system? Absolutely. Just do something to get it set up. You can definitely, we'll set up something for you, and we'll get you going. And if later on you want to switch that to a different provider, or you want to even move your email drip campaigns to a different provider, that is very, very easy to do. I know I just did a complete move with ours. Okay, so in the past I've used iContact, I've used Mailchimp, and so it is very easy to move those things over. Let's see. Okay. Do you also provide the autoresponder software? Yes, all the autoresponder software is provided with it. You're going to be the package that we have is we set up everything for you. We set up an account for you. We set up we put the code on your website, and then we actually preload the welcome message for you, for your company, into the software. It's turnkey. And then what we do is we give you the credentials. So when we give you the credentials and we turn it over, everything is working on your website. You don't have to do anything more. All you got to do is collect the emails, right? And that's on the $79 package. If you do the $159 package, we're going to give you everything, put it into there with the drip campaign. And we're going to do it in a standard where it's, okay, the first email goes out, the next day they're going to get the first one, 3 days later, and you get the next one. But that's okay. If you want to change it, it's very easy to go in there and change it. This is not, once it's all loaded in, it's very easy. And, we're here to help you. So if you need some help, adding more emails, because maybe 5's not enough. Maybe you want to keep going. Like some of our partners out there, they've got 100 built up. They didn't do that overnight, but over time, they've got more and more emails coming in. So, you're going to have the ability to do that with this software. Okay. Now, and the software that we're giving you with the program is free up until a certain number of users, right? So once you have maybe 1,000 on your list or 500 on your list, you may need to start paying for the service. But to start you off with, this is an all-in deal. There's not a monthly. This is $79 to set it up, or $159 to set it up, and you don't have to pay anything monthly until you get to the point where you're getting too many email addresses and they start charging you. Okay, so don't worry about any monthly charge or anything like that. This is just get you something started, and you're good to go. Okay, I'm getting notifications from people that it's working fine on the checkout. What provider do you use for this offer? We're using the Benchmark Email. Benchmark Email has the best free package out there. Okay, and it allows you to do the drip emails. If you just want an autoresponder, Mailchimp is probably my second choice, but you can't do drip emails without paying. So what we want to do is, hey, let's just start off with the free package with Benchmark Email, and that'll allow you to have your drip email, the first, the 5, or everything's free that way. You don't pay anything for a monthly. Then, of course, build up your list, then you can subscribe. But first, let's start you off with the minimal viable product. Okay. No, it's not a plugin. We actually go into your site. We have to embed code on your site, which the web design team will do. And let's see here. Okay, we're going to talk about, this is not a service for our clients. This is a service just for you guys. We want you guys to try this. If this is a success and we have enough interest in this sort of program and interest in this type of service, then heck yeah, let's put this together for our clients. If we, like I said, if we have enough interest that people like this and they want this sort of thing, they want to be able to offer this, then yes, we're going to do it. Is it going to be at this pricing? Probably not. Okay, we wanted to do this pricing for you guys. If you think, you know that if you're going to write a 5-email drip campaign for a client specifically for their business, they're going to pay a lot more than $159, right? So what we need to do is first, we're going to find out how many of you guys like this product. How's it, and if you're satisfied, and is it working for you? And if we get enough interest in this off this webinar, then obviously what we want to do is be able to offer that we can put this together for you guys as well. Putting an autoresponder up, that's easy. Putting the drip campaign together, we really want to do that. And I think it's an important tool to be able to offer to your clients, because they're not going to do, if they haven't done this already, they're not going to do it. So why don't we just add this to our service base? Okay. Like I said, if you can pay, then use the PayPal. If you can't, just email connect@virtualgroup.co. Okay. Yes. Okay. Great. A lot of questions. Hopefully everyone's getting to your questions right now. And let's see here. All right, great. Guys, look, I've used an hour of your time. I'm going to wrap this up. Let me see here. And, I appreciate your, let's see. I appreciate your attendance today. Our next webinar will be on, let's see here, January 21st. Okay, so mark your calendars. I guarantee you, January 21st, you're going to want to be on the line. We are going to announce a brand new guarantee. Okay, one of the things that we had a really strong workload since I purchased the assets of Endless Rise and fulfilled a lot of the campaigns that were not fulfilled by Endless Rise prior to their closure. And one of the things that we want to do is we're offering a completion guarantee. Okay, we're going to launch this on the next VIP webinar. We're putting the details together, but basically this is going to be a completion guarantee. For instance, if you do your job by getting us all the relevant information and you get us everything and the content approvals and everything like that, and you do your job on time, we will do ours on time guaranteed. If you don't have your campaigns finished within 30 days of payment, it's free. It's on me. Okay? I want to make sure that everybody knows that Virtual Group is reliable and we get results. Okay? So pay attention to this. Next week, this is what it's going to be. We're going to have next week, the 21st. We're going to have the details released. But basically, I want to have it so, look, you pay us, you do your stuff on time, we'll do our stuff on time. If we're a day late, I'm going to refund all your money. I'm still going to complete the campaign. I'm that confident in our team. Our team has really done wonders. We've probably done 4.5 months worth of work in two and a half months of time. And so we're ready to handle whatever you've got to throw at us. And we really, number one, we really appreciate your business. So anything that you've been patient with us, we've had going through this transition. I want to say thank you. We are ready to rip it up in 2016. We're glad to have you on. I'll let you go now. Thank you so much. And we look forward to hearing from you in the future. Okay, thanks, guys.